So go to page 9, and I'll show you on, I told you I was going to show you on my iPad. So if you're ever interested, GeoGebra, if you ever become a teacher, it's a very cool app. You can make anything you want to scale. And I just created this. It takes a while to make it all labeled like that, but I just wanted to show you, right? So in this case, right, you can see that corresponding angles. If you consider this transversal cutting these two lines, corresponding angles are congruent, alternate exterior angles, everything checks out. And do you notice that there's really just two numbers here, right? 80, it's either 87 or 93. See that? Same thing with, sorry, you can see 87, 93, because all, I don't know if you remember, a full circle is 360, right? So you've got these add up to 180, these add up to 180. So it's kind of like, that's another thing worth mentioning. And it doesn't matter where I put that line, the angles stay exactly the same. Also, if I were to put an incline to this line, see, this is a transversal. It doesn't matter how you cut. The corresponding, see, 121 and 121, they're corresponding, they're the same. Here's another set of corresponding, right? 59, 59 is the same. So the parallel lines stay parallel, right? Same with this transversal. This is just a different transversal here, but same applies, right? Alternate exterior are the same, alternate interior are the same, everything is the same. But what's going to happen is we might do something like this, right? Oh, is there a triangle now, Mr. Dirksen? Yep, it's a triangle, right? Is there a quadrilateral inside, a four-sided shape? Yep. So you see how all your tools are coming together. You're going to have to be able to use them all, not just, you know, the four we just learned about and stuff like that. So I don't know. I find this is helpful to visualize what's going to happen, right? And I can add. Let's see if this works. Sometimes this backfires, but if I wanted to duplicate, I think I can make copies here. So let's say you add. What just happened there? There we go. This is the original, I think. Stay there. This one. Come on. My battery is low, I think, on the pen. Anyways, let's just move this one then. Move along, right? So you can have many parallel lines, but don't get overwhelmed by that. Just focus on two at a time, right? So if you, let's say you focus on this one and this one, right? If you focus on these two, then everything inside is interior and outside of those are exterior, right? If you're focusing on these two lines, you want to ignore the one in between, right? Because now you're just focusing on these two lines and this one transversal, right? So you got to watch out for that. Don't get overwhelmed, okay? Just focus on two lines at a time and stay with one transversal, right? You don't want to have too many transversals going on there. Trying to undo until I get back to normal, but how many steps is that? There we go. So hopefully this helps. If I wanted to twist it on you, right, and it's like, hey, are these two lines parallel? Well, let's see. You pick one of the transversals, right? If you follow this one, you're like, let's see, alternate exterior, definitely not the same, right? This one is 121, this one is 72, fail, right? You don't need to show the other ones. You just find a pair that you know. Alternate interior, not the same. For sure not the same, right? Could we make it happen? Perhaps, right? I would need a 72 out here. I'm just going to focus on this one. Oh, come on. There you go. Yeah, just giggle. That's good. It's good. Watch your teacher struggle. See how I just focused on this one and this one, just making sure that 72 and everything else just fell into place, right? That's why you only need to show that one is true or one is false. If alternate exterior, if it's false, right? 75, 72, done, you're done. You don't need to show that all the other ones will be off as well, okay? So connections, right? All right. I just blew your minds, right? Not really, Mr. Dixon. You got to do better than that. Okay, here we go. So this is a classic for tests, quizzes. I like to organize it in charts. I used to leave it open, and it was all over the place. So I like to organize my thoughts here. So if you have highlighters, very important here. In this particular diagram, what should stick out first and foremost is that these two lines are in fact parallel. And I'm going to focus on that. And you can call, if you want to, I will make this there for my transversal 1 and this transversal 2. Not terribly important, by the way, to call them T1 and T2. Not terribly important, but I just like to highlight that. Okay. So I'm going to grab a different highlighter here. And now you have to kind of think, which one do you want to do first? And this is where I beg you to tell me where you start. I can read the story after, but if you tell me where to start, I'm good with that. Which one would you start with? A? Or which one? Which letter? Which letter? Doesn't matter. This one here? Okay, I see what you're doing here. So you're saying find this one because it's along a straight line there, right? Just 180 minus this would give you that. Correct. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not asked, right? But if you want to do it, I actually don't have it in my key. I don't have it, but I will go ahead and do that. It doesn't hurt. So I'm going to go 180 minus 57 minus 39. I actually want you to, yeah, how would you solve this, right? 84 degrees. I just want 180 minus 57 minus 39. It might help you. Why not, right? It might end up helping you. You do that work right there. I'm fine with it. Okay? I'm fine with it. Okay. So, anybody, which letter would you start with? Any brave soul in this room wanting to tell me? Nico? A? All right. You would start with that one? What is the value of A? 39. What did you use to come up with the 39? Vertically opposite. That's right. I don't know if you see that, but they both share the exact same sides, the exact same lines. So I'm going to tell myself I started here. That's my first angle. And this is 39 degrees. Okay. And I'm just going to say no work here. Vertically opposite angles are congruent. Done. Perfect. And if you like, some students want to write it in so that they kind of start seeing the picture. So I'm going to say, okay, 39 is right there. Okay. Can we perhaps do F right away as well? Yeah. I think I'm going to park it a little bit. I'm going to wait with F. Let's maybe go with B next. Shall we? I'm going to go with B. That's my second goal. What do we know about these two angles here? What are they called? These are called CIAs, right? And what do they add up to? 180. I hear you whisper, some of you. That's good. That's good. So we're going to go 180 minus 39. That's 141 degrees. And I'll just say consecutive interior angles are equal to 180. If you could write that in here, I would really appreciate that. I'll put 141 here. Okay, 141. Now we can find C, correct? C is right here. It's right next to it. What would you use there? I see two options, minimum. You can use straight angle, but you can also go back and say, hey, what are these two angles here? They're alternate interior. So you choose. I feel like, yeah, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go 3. I'm going to go 39 in here. And I will say, yeah, I'll write 39 already. And I will just say alternate interior angles are congruent. So no math there, right? You just have to state why you chose 39. Let's figure out D next. You have to be careful not to draw conclusions when it's very busy. Take your time. But what is D? We do have a triangle, you see that? But I don't know F yet. Is there a way to perhaps find E? And then I would use alternate interior here. I will find E here. So I'm actually going to make this my step 5. Sorry, guys. And I will make this my step 4. Angle E will be found by, I know I'm cheating a little bit here, but I'm going to go 180, right? 180. You see this straight line here, guys? My finger is running right across here. Because I've already done the work to find that that's 84, I'm going to go minus 84 minus 39. Okay. And what is that? That's 57 degrees actually. And I'll just go straight angle. Straight angle is 180. So this is 57 degrees. Now I'm going to go back to D because if this is 57 here, okay, I can technically find D here by that. So I'm going to go, it's vertically, sorry, not alternate interior angles are congruent. And I know I'm breaking the rule of not using, we're not supposed to use the same one more than once, but that's okay. So we use this to bring that 57 in. So we first use straight angle to find 57. Now we are able to bring it in here. How could you find F? Use the sum of triangle. Okay, let's use something else. Yes, you could use a straight angle here. You right, take these two away. You could use vertically opposite, but I'm going to use sum of triangle because I haven't used it yet. So 180 minus 39 minus 57. So that is, isn't that, yeah, that's 84, which we expect it to be 84, right? Sum of triangle. And I will tell you this, and I will tell you this many times, everything is connected. You should be able to answer questions in multiple ways. So I'll put 84 here. And now you have filled in all the missing angles. All the mystery angles have been solved. Okay. All right. I want you to put this to practice right away, what I just did, okay? And I talked a lot about what to do when there's multiple lines. So once you've written this down, go to question 2. And I need to tell you, though, that certain lines are parallel. The markings didn't make it on there. So let's go to question 2 here. Okay. And go ahead and do this, okay? These lines are all parallel. They're all parallel. So when it basically, unless I ask you to justify whether or not lines are parallel, guys, if lines look parallel, they are parallel, right? I'm not going to trick you. The only time where you can't do this, if I ask you, are these lines parallel, then you need to do some work before you can make that conclusion, right? So go ahead, try to figure this out, and I'll let you struggle with it a little bit. You basically want to look for numbers and see how those numbers are connected to some missing angles, right? So go for it. Okay, this is going to be tight on time. So this is your homework, guys. You do everything up to page 12, right? Homework, page 9 to 12. I will do this, okay? I think I can dig back in my archives, and I think I have a video where I work through it. If you're stuck in homework, you kind of just watch the video. I'm going to try to look for it. No promises. So maybe I'll just leave it at that for today, okay? Be ready to answer something like this on Monday, okay?